Each one of us can build wealth, replace scarcity with abundance, replace average with greatness, replace uncertainty with conviction. Success is there for the taking. Small business owners, entrepreneurs, startups, and the ambitious. Grant Cardone tells you what you have to do to prosper in this new economy. He'll inform you in everything business, finance, and career related. Get ready. Find the knowledge for your success. It's all here, right now, in the Cardone Zone.
Hey, welcome. This is Grant Cardone. You're in the Cardone Zone. It's Tuesday, 1 p.m. In case you don't know what time it is, Eastern Standard Time. I'm coming to you from Miami Beach. You are wherever you are. Hopefully, you're all there. Every week, I come to you on Tuesdays to talk about your money, your finances. You somehow figured out how to wake up and be in the Cardone Zone, where we talk about getting out of the middle class. The middle class is getting crushed. I almost can't say middle class anymore. I want to just say middle crushed, because that's what's happening to it. Look, it's not a safe place to be. I want to encourage you to get out. I'm your middle class warrior that is giving you a message your mom and daddy didn't give you. Get out. Get out as fast as you can get out, okay? CEOs are back to earning 300 times their employees. That is the headlines. Richard Faloni, Wall Street Journal. CEOs are back to earning 300x. I wrote a book called The 10X Rule. These CEOs have taken the 10X rule to 300x. He writes, Richard Faloni writes, the average CEO of a big American corporation made 20 times more than the typical employee. Typical? Are you a typical employee? Therein lies the problem. The average CEO of a big American corporation, I want you to read all of this, understand all of this in this Wall Street Journal before you get all travestic, like there's some travesty. The average CEO of a big American corporation, Coca-Cola, Caterpillar, the big boys, made 20 times more than a typical employee in 1965. So if you worked for Coca-Cola in 1965 and you were CEO of Coca-Cola in 1965, the difference between a typical worker and the CEO was 20 times. Today, that number is 300 times. The average CEO is making 300 times more than the typical, average, mediocre employee. A new report from Economic Policy Institute, researchers gathered data from the largest 300 firms. I know this is to provoke, some kind of like assault on the rich. They took the 350 largest firms in the country, compared the average compensation of CEOs to the workers in the same industry. Now, keep this in mind. Following the financial crisis in 2008, the Great Recession, companies' boards had learned to avoid investor pay irritants. I want more money, man. And red flags such as compensation that was not linked to performance and pay perks to cover taxes executives owed. You understand this was happening, right? Executives from big companies that you're investing in were getting perks like pay my taxes. Most people don't even know this goes on, okay? The article is there to suggest one or two things are going to happen to you from reading this headliner, that the CEOs make 300 times the typical employee. Either you're going to say inequality or you're going to say opportunity. This really tells a lot about who you are, okay? Is this a travesty of inequality or is it an opportunity? See, for me, it's neither one. Okay, because I'm not going to be the CEO of Caterpillar. I'm just not genetically or I'm not built. I don't have the personality to be the CEO. Look, you got to any more than I'm going to be a baseball player for the New York Yankees. Okay, I'm just not going to do it. It's just I'm not going to be an NBA player. I'm not going to be a musician. Not going to be a rock star. I don't know what Mick Jagger made last year. Or how about Lady Gaga? I'm just not going to be Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga paid more taxes last year than I probably earned in the last 5 years. Should I resent Lady Gaga or A-Rod or LeBron or Donald Sterling, who's going to make $2 billion on a $12 million investment? Should I somehow resent the CEO of a big company? I don't think so. Any more than I'm going to consider that I'm a typical person. Look, if you're in the Cardone Zone, you're not typical. You're not average. You're not mediocre. I want to give you some facts. 2 of 3 companies in America, 2 out of 3 companies, number one, break even or lose money. Do you understand that? That means 2 out of 3, 67% of all companies in America break even or lose money. That means the typical employee, a person answering the telephone, is making more money than the person that owns the company. Oh, by the way, the average company, I need to add, has no employees. So be grateful that you work for a company that has more than 1 or 2 employees. Here's the deal, folks. Look, no balls, no glory. It doesn't take money to make money. It takes courage to make money, okay? If you're going to be typical, you're going to have typical responses like, oh my God, they're killing me. You either expand now or you contract. It takes courage, guts to make money. It doesn't take a typical worker. It doesn't take work to make money. You don't work and make money. It takes courage. You got to step outside the box. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but you need to become the best person in the room. And definitely you don't want to be the only person in the room. My suggestion to you today is this. If you don't like the headlines, 300 times the average worker, number one, don't be average. And number two, this should encourage you. Okay? It should encourage you to, one, go out on your own. Either go out on your own or get in a performance compensated position. Either go out on your own, have the guts to go put it out on the line, you're going to take a pay cut, or find the right vehicle, the right guy or gal to work for and say, put me in a performance compensated position that I'm not limited to. Show me how I can connect to more revenue. Number two, get with someone that is going fast, that's going places, that's willing to invest in the company. When you see somebody investing in their company, you should be like, man, that's great. Let's do it, because that's an investment in you and your future. Get close to that power. Step number 3, get close to that power and that energy and that movement. Add value, number 4, and then have a target. Hey, man, I want to make $125. I'm making 75 now. I want to make $125. I want to make 175. I want to make 225. Do the math, work the pay plan. Stay with me. This is Grant Cardone. You're in the Cardone Zone. Tweet me at Grant Cardone. We'll be right back. Wait and see what I do this year. It's going to be freaking over the top crazy, okay? Show me some love. Come on now. I want to talk to you today about success. What you're learning here will go with you for the rest of your life. You're getting me excited right now. If you're average, you'll hate me.
Being able to live where you want requires that you produce, even when you don't want to.
Every day they're freaking out there. Every day I'm hustling. Saying, hey man, I want to put my hustle on in the hustle country of the planet, America, the great USA. Hey, Grant Cardone here, New York Times bestselling author and your friend in sales and in business. That's right, in business. So you want to scream about it? You want to bitch, complain? Go ahead.
This is the worst job market in the history of the United States of America.
The truth is, get back to promise and hope followed up with work. Completely committed, completely dedicated. It's not work, it's a passion.
Turn that camera on. Is it loaded? Do you have battery in it? Turn it on and follow me.
It's a Wi-Fi hotspot.
What does that mean, man?
We could Skype. We could do whatever you want. All right.
I can do a video here, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
There are 7 billion people in the world. Who are you? How are you different?
7 billion people on planet Earth. There's a small portion of them that want greatness.
Salaries sold. Book and audio package.
You can't get away from this idea that you just have to sell more.
Voted the #1 business sales book by Axiom Gold Awards. Now, for the first time ever, in audio, read by Grant Cardone. If you want to get your way in business and in life, call 800-368-5771. Salaries sold. Book and audio package. Call 800-368-5771 today.
Selling is one thing. Closing a transaction is something completely different.
If you don't close, you lose. Stop losing. Start closing deals. Make the decision. Discover over 100 ways to ink the deal.
Got to be able to ask for the close in several different ways.
Your job isn't complete until your customer has taken delivery of your product or service.
My job is to help the client make a decision.
Call 800-368-5771 for the Closer Survival Guide book and audio package today.
Your money is in closing a deal. And recommit to your career. Recommit to your profession. Understand the rules of closing a deal.
The Closer Survival Guide book and audio package. Call 800-368-5771. Call 800-368-5771 and start closing today.
Hey, welcome back, and thanks for joining the Cardone Zone. Every Tuesday, I come to you to talk about your business, your money, your finances, what you got to do to crawl out, scrape out, get out, rocket out of the middle class. Some people call this the Cardone Zone. Other people call it the Mad Zone. The crazy place. We break old ideas. Whatever your mom and dad thought, promise you folks, half of it will not work. Maybe 70% of it won't work. It didn't even work for them. Now, if it did work for them, you're probably not listening to this show today. You're listening to them, or you're running their company. Last year, the average CEO in America made $11.4 million. This money is so insane. It's almost $1 million a month. This amount of money is so insane that Business Insider says the reason CEO pay is so high right now has nothing to do with greed. It's got something to do with opportunity, though. It's got something to do with not hiring. It's got something to do with being in a position of power. Are you? Miguel from Jacksonville, Florida. What's up, brother?
What's going on, Grant? How's it going, brother?
Good, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing phenomenal. One thing I got to say.
Yeah, what do you think about these top CEOs making 300x?
Well, I say good for those guys. They went out there, they took advantage of an opportunity, and they had one place for them. And obviously, they did the self-improvement to get there. So anybody's complaining about it, that's their problem. Go get yours, is what I say.
Yeah, right. Most of those guys aren't any smarter.
No, they just took the time to get good at their craft, and then they network their asses off.
Network, man. You're right, dude. They network. What do you do?
I am a recruiter for Primerica.
Oh, beautiful, man. Great position. So how are you going to do this year, you know?
I'm on track to make $50,000 this year, and we're making our regional vice president run as I speak right now.
Nice. What's your question, Miguel?
Well, basically, it's not really a question; it's more of a statement. There's something that I live by that I've gotten a lot from your 4 books is that the size of your net worth is going to be the size and quality of your network. So kind of getting out there, and speaking of CEOs, I've sat down with CEOs of here in Jacksonville. I learned from those guys. I don't talk to the employees; I talk to the CEO, the decision maker, and what can I gain from those guys, and obviously try to earn their business while I do that.
Dude, that's awesome, okay? What Miguel is telling you, Miguel, right? Miguel?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Miguel. Yes,
Miguel, you got a Twitter handle?
I do, at Crusaders Camargo.
At Crusaders? Camargo, okay? Beautiful, bro. Appreciate you calling in. He's saying, look, your net worth equals your network, okay? Are you networked? Are you networked? Do you have a network? What is your network? How are you networking, okay? Who you hanging with? Dude, if you're hanging with broke people, trust me, you end up broke. If your spouse, if your wife is just spending it all and y'all don't ever take a risk to invest it, that's your network. If your mom and daddy's where you get all your advice and they're broke, that's your network. Who's your network? Who you hanging with? Who you picking your friends with, okay? I wrote an article last week, okay? We wrote it for my blog, GrantCardoneSuccess.com, How to Become a Millionaire in 10 Years by the age of 30. How to Become a Millionaire by the age of 30. The article was so successful. The blog was so successful. It was 10 simple points of how to become a millionaire. It got picked up by Fox Business, Elite Magazine. Is it Elite Magazine? EliteDaily.com, EliteDaily.com. Then it got picked up by Business Insider. Oh, by the way, all these spots say they want exclusive articles. Okay. Look, it's been 5 different places. The thing's going viral. It's been converted to Spanish, Vietnamese, Taiwanese, and Portuguese. Geese. Grantees. It's been translated. How to Become a Millionaire by 30. And the 10 points are so simple and so granular and just, easy. It doesn't mean you're going to make $11 million in a year. It doesn't mean you're going to be the CEO of Caterpillar. Because trust me, I'm not going to be the CEO of a big Fortune 500 company. I'm not built to do it. Most people aren't. Larry Ellison, if you can do it, Oracle, one of the richest people in the world, dude, that's your deal. It's not my deal any more than me playing for the Miami Heat or the San Antonio Spurs or playing for the New York Yankees. I'm not built to do that. So I don't need to resent a CEO that's making $12 million or $30 million. Hey, LeBron just made $30 million on his investment in Beats. It was probably because he was a spokesman for the company. Probably didn't have any investment in it, but I'm not LeBron. Should I resent LeBron? No, I shouldn't resent anybody making money. What I need to do is not be typical. Wall Street Journal said the average CEO of big American corporations now makes 300x, not 10x, 300x the typical employee. One sentence tells you everything. Don't be typical. If you're typical, you're going to be a little bitch. Okay? What you're not owning is that you're typical, dude. Nobody's going to pay typical. Jason from Chicago. Talk to me. Jason.
Yes, Grant. How are you,
talk
sir?
to me, bro.
Okay. In regards to your question about the CEO pay.
Yeah, what do you think, man?
What I think, instead of people wasting their time and their bandwidth on criticizing a CEO's pay, they should take that bandwidth and take that time and go create their CEO pay and focus on that, and even learn from those CEOs so they can better themselves, opposed to pointing the finger. This person has this and has that, and look at all these other things. Stop being a part of the problem, become part of the solution, and make improvements and create your world.
Yeah, it's like people that complain about politics. Man, look, if I'm not running, really, how much complaining can I do? That's why I pretty much dropped politics out of the show. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not running. Right. If I'm not going to run, what am I going to do? Jason's telling you the right deal here. Jason, what's your Twitter handle?
My Twitter is @Jason Seiler, Seyler.
Dude, hit me over here. I'll get you some followers, okay? Hit me @Grant Cardone. I'll get you some followers. Joe Ingram, yes. Joe Ingram at Twitter is saying right now, average CEO pay in U.S. $11 million a year. Leadership is needed. He's got a sad face behind that. He's obviously not happy with the CEOs. Look, man, guy's running Sears right now. Cat's running Sears. What's his name? Maybe you guys can look it up for me. He lives right here on Indian Creek. Eddie Lampert, okay? It's going to make, I don't know, $15 million, $20 million bucks this year. Hey, LeBron's going to make $20 million, and they lost the freaking game. They look like they look like a high school team compared to the San Antonio Spurs. You know what? Because 12 guys will beat one guy every week. So look, if you want to be CEO of the company, there is no better time than to do it right now. Here are my 5 steps to you. You want to make some big freaking chank. You want to make some bank? Here's what you do. Number 1, either go out on your own or get in a performance compensated position. Okay, the guy here that makes $400,000 a year, he's in a completely performance compensated position. He does not get a salary, does not get a guarantee, does not get a promise. Had to take a pay cut to get the chance of making some real money. Number 2, Get with someone that is going out on their own. If you're not going to go out on your own, get with somebody that is. Number 3, get close to the power. Stick to it as close as you can get. Add value. Number 4, add value. I don't know what value is. Value to a 300 horsepower car is what? Another 100 horsepower. Value to a company is more revenue. Value to a company is more attention. And number 5, figure out how to make as much damn money as you can. There's nothing wrong with it. If you resent other people that make money, you will never make money. Stay with me. This is Grant Cardone. You're in the Cardone Zone.
Whatever you want, you got to commit all the way in and think in terms of domination, not a spectator. You don't want to be a spectator, folks. Spectators pay, players get paid. You got to really smash a guy. You got to wow him. You got to freak him out. You literally have to dominate his space. Your ability to do so impacts you in ways that will determine the very outcome of the future of your life. There's not a second, a third, a fourth, or a fifth. It's just first or nothing. Improvements in products comes from competition. But if you're the one playing the game, you want to dominate the field.
Call 800-368-5771. If you're not first or last, we'll show you effective strategies to outwork and outsell the competition so you can push, advance, and dominate the marketplace. Call 800-368-5771 now. Visit grantcardone.com/first or last. Call 800-368-5771.
Are you tired of missing sales? Come on, be honest. Are you getting all there is in the marketplace? Take an honest look in your mind's eye at your sales team right now. Are they doing everything they can to make that extra sale? If you're tired of watching your salespeople be tongue-tied, not follow up, not know their product, not know what to say at that critical moment, welcome to tiredofmissingSales.com. My name's Grant Cardone. I know your frustrations. Look, whether your people sell over the phone or in person, whether you sell a tangible or an intangible, I can increase the sales of any company by at least 15% guaranteed. Go to tiredofmissingSales.com and I'll show you the top 3 reasons your salespeople don't make those extra sales. Go to tiredofmissingSales.com. I ask you this. What would it be worth for you to learn everything there is to know about growing your business? Cardone University was created for entrepreneurs that want to 10x their business. It was created for you so you could have me available to you from any phone, any pad or tablet, or any computer. If you can imagine the business strategy or a business opportunity you need a solution to, I have the answers here. Fortune 500 companies around the world pay up to $500,000 for this same information that I want to provide to you now. Look, if you want to 10x your income, I want to help you. If you want to become a multimillionaire, I want to help you. If you want to become a billionaire, I want to help you. It's not enough to just want it. You need information. I want to be your personal business coach. You can have access to me 24/7 from any device. Sign up now and let's go get yours.
Hey, welcome back. This is Grant Cardone. You're in the Cardone Zone. Justin Bieber is worth $130 million. The guy that produces him made $46 million. A guy named Usher. Guy with one name. I got to get one name just to make a lot of money. Call me G. I'm at Grant Cardone. You can tweet your questions at Grant Cardone. You're in the Cardone Zone every Tuesday, 1 p.m. from Miami Beach. We bring you a show that talks about your money, your finances, and what kind of head you got to have to get money. Folks, look, the fact that Usher made $46 million in 2011, or LeBron made $20 million last year, or Eddie Lampert with Sears made, I don't know, $25 million, whatever he made, got nothing to do with you and nothing to do with me. How much you going to make, baby? Okay? They're saying in the Wall Street Journal that the top CEOs in America, the average CEO actually makes 300 times the typical worker. This is to inflame some sense of inequality in the world. And/or does it just encourage you to not be typical and be something great? I got David Cribbs, definitely a 10X kind of guy, on the phone with me, calling in from Tampa. Hey, David, what do you think about this whole, every week we come out with an article, 300 times the average worker, and CEOs are making too much money. What do you think about that, David?
I think this, Grant. I think anyone who's complaining about someone else making a lot of money has the woe, it's me syndrome. They'll find any excuse and every excuse not to see opportunity. Real quickly, Grant, a few years back, I was a sales manager at a Nissan store making six figures a year. I walked away from it to partner in a business. It was a pawn and jewelry store business, and I had to invest some money, and I took a pay cut of 50%. And the problem that I had was
you went from how much to how much?
I went from about 120 to 60.
Now that hurt, right? You got any kids?
That hurt. Yeah, I've got 6 kids.
Six kids.
Most of them were grown. In fact, I've only got one in the house now. At the time, I had 4. But here's the thing.
But wait a minute, David. But wait, you got a lifestyle that's set up for $120,000 a year.
Correct.
So how old are you?
I'm 47 now.
So and when was this?
This was about 6 years ago.
So you're 41 years old. You got some kids. You got responsibilities. I mean, I know most of them have moved out, but you still have these responsibilities. You got a lifestyle. How do you have either the guts or the insanity to go from $120 to 60?
It's confidence, Grant, and what I mean, I don't mean that in an arrogant way, but I just see opportunity everywhere. I knew that all I had to do was hustle and make some money on the side, and I would be fine. And, one of the things I did, and maybe there's a point here, but one of the things I did was I figured out that I had to make about $3,000 a month just to cover my bills before I even started spending money. And that was $3,000 a month that I had to create from scratch. I mean, I didn't know where it would come from. So one of the first things I did, I had a passion for high-end watches, and I started studying them. I knew there was a market to flip watches, but I really didn't have the cash. I just invested it in risking for this business, this partnership. So what I did was I went to a couple friends. I said, hey, the first one, I said, hey, give me $2,000. I'll give you $2,500 back in 5 days. So I did that, and I took the $2,000. I gave the person $2,500 back. I kept $100 for myself. I sold a watch, bought it for $2,000, sold it for $26,000. Kept only $100 for myself.
So you paid the money $500,
an incredible interest rate in a matter of days. And here's what I did: I started doing that with 3 or 4 friends, and I did it very heavily. Before you know it, they're knocking down my door to give me money. To this day, right now, and I kid you not, Grant, I'm carrying around, not in my pocket, but I've got $20,000 in cash from friends that won't let me give it back, because they're afraid that they'll miss an opportunity, that I'll go to someone else.
So they have the money sitting with you for free of charge.
Correct.
So that when you put it in place, they get paid.
Absolutely. And my business started doing well, my pawn and jewelry store, but what I did was this: I got back into the car business just this year in February, in my dream job, where I work with dealerships around the country. But here's the thing: I'm going to make probably 200 this year, but I'm more excited about next year. I believe next year I'll hit 400.
Wow. Dude, David Cribbs, you're a great guy, dude. I really appreciate everything you're doing. I saw what you did with the 10X rule and with that group in Tampa. That was unbelievable.
Thank you, brother.
Where can people see that video? I know was that ABC or CBS?
It was ABC Action News in Tampa, and it is on YouTube.
Okay, so what do I put in for a title?
Grant, I apologize. I'm not sure.
Dude, put in David Cribbs and the 10X rule. I bet you see it come up. This guy, David Cribbs, is telling you, look, man, it's about confidence. I'm telling you, if you want to make money, it takes guts to make money. It doesn't take money. This cat took a pay cut. went out on his own. I think if he was still on the phone with us, he would tell us, look, you don't have to go out on your own. Find somebody that's making a move. Not everybody is built to go out on their own any more than I'm built to be Justin Bieber, A-Rod, LeBron James, or Eddie Lampert's going to run Sears, okay? It's just not the case. What we heard today was this. Your net worth is about your network. Who do you know? Who you connected with? Who you hanging with? How do they feel about people? If you got friends that hate CEOs that are making $12 million, that's greedy. That's too much money. You got the wrong friends, folks. I'm telling you. These people are going to keep you out of making what you need to make for yourself. This is the major difference between rich people, that's right, I said the R word, rich, and poor people. Number one, more is good to rich people, and more is bad to poor people. Okay? Rich people, more is good. Poor people, more is bad. Number two, to rich people, money is survival. To poor people, money is evil. Three, to rich people, money, there's never enough of it, man. Bring it on. I can do something with it. There's plenty to go around. Give me some more. And to poor people, I got enough. I got Anthony from Westchester, New York on the phone. What's your question, man? Anthony?
Yes, Grant.
What's going on, brother?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Good, man. Welcome to the 10X to the 10X Cardone Zone.
Yeah, the only place to be, right?
Right. What's your question, brother?
Two questions. Well, first is, Grant, when are you coming to New York, my friend? You got to come to New York and really live it up here in the Big Apple. You can do some great stuff together.
I'm probably coming up there, but it's going to be for a day, man. I'm going to be in and I'm going to be out. I'm coming up there to see my friend Eric Shepard, the president of Rolls-Royce.
Great. Well, listen, I wish you best of luck and 10X it like you always do. Hey, I had a comment. You mentioned something about these CEOs. Everybody talks about CEOs making 300% more than the average worker.
Yeah.
I think if people stop focusing on what other people are doing and you focus on dominating your space and working at 10X levels, you'll start to see that you'll grow into that. You'll grow into that role. You'll grow into that life. You'll just become it. I think people focus too much on what other people have.
Yeah.
They don't focus on the energy that they don't think they have. So, I read the books. The 10X are, sell or be sold. I just think people need to take the time and look inside themselves and take the action that they need. And keep up the great work, Grant.
Hey, thanks, brother. Anthony's from Westchester, New York's telling you, folks, look, stop focusing on what other people have, how well they've done. What's it got to do with you, man? Some Instagram guy, some guy goes Instagram, he's got 11 million followers, he's going to make $1 million this year. It ain't going to happen to you, man. It's not going to happen to me, okay? You got to find your own path. You got to figure out what you want, what you deserve, and what you're willing to work for. Stop focusing on other people and how well they're doing. Dominate your market. 10X your position. Brandon Brunn from Arkansas. Brandon.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. B, come on, baby.
Hey, what's up? You want my question or what?
Yeah, man. I gotta. What I gotta do? I gotta just lay it up for you.
No, man.
Come on,
man. So I was watching the law.
Yeah.
And then you had posted, or you said that that you didn't have what it takes, that you were built to be a CEO of a big company like that, which is fine.
Yeah, I don't know what it takes, bro. I don't know what it takes to be a CEO of a big company. I think you gotta have a bunch of yes men around you. You got to be connected. You got to play a lot of golf. You got to take a lot of trips. You got to be willing for a lot of stuff not to happen. I don't know. I'm sure it's extremely complicated.
Dang it.
You know?
That's what I want to be, man. I want to be one of those.
Well, dude, what schools did you go to?
Hey, man, I'm a high school dropout.
Yeah, well, you ain't going to be a CEO of a big company.
No, I'm going to start my own company, man.
Well, then that's different, baby. That means you're going to be an entrepreneur. That means you're going to be unemployed for a long period of time. That means you're not going to make much money for a long period of time.
Hey, man, that's good. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, as far as just
see what I'm saying, bro? I mean, look, some big company's not going to hire you, right? Because you got to be hooked up and connected. You got to have the Yale, the Harvard. You got to have the stuff. Otherwise, you're going to be a Bill Gates or a Steve Jobs that does something out of a garage. But those guys weren't CEOs, bro. Those guys were entrepreneurs that became CEOs and hated every freaking second of it. They didn't like being a CEO. Bill Gates is not a CEO of his own company. He's like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds like you're an entrepreneur, dude. Don't worry about the CEO thing. Get one. Get a CEO. That's what entrepreneurs do.
All right, man. That's what I'm going to do.
All right, brother. Justin from Long Island, and we're out of here. Justin from Long Island.
Hey, Grant.
What's up, buddy?
How are you?
Good, man. How you doing?
I just want to thank you for everything you do. My question is, what is the difference between the top paid CEOs and everyone else?
Top of the food chain? I don't know. What do you think?
More hustle.
You think they hustle more? I think they're better connected. I think the guy that called in earlier said, hey, your net worth is your network. I think he hit it on the money. I forget who that was. I think that was Jason from Chicago. No, it was Miguel. Your network is your net worth, okay? These guys that are hitting it big out of the park, the guy that runs Goldman Sachs, okay? These guys are connected, dude. They're connected to power, okay? I didn't go to the right colleges. I'm not going to get connected. They all got pedigree. Okay, my two kids, if they go to college, they're going to one of three colleges, the big names, the big universities, and it's not for the education, it's for the connection. These guys that run companies today that make this big, crazy $20 million, $12 million, $15 million a year, they are connected. They got boards. They got people that protect them, okay? I don't know how it works. It's not my way. It's probably not your way if you're having to ask the question, but anybody, once they get out of their own way and quit worrying about what other people are making, look, get your own plan. This is my plan for you. Okay, my plan for you is quit worrying about what other people are making, baby. Make your own way, all right? Make your own way. Get out on your own, like David Cribbs did, or get with somebody that's small and nimble that's making their own way that you can be next to. Number 2, get with someone that is making some moves. Number 3, get close to that power, stay next to it, get in that movement, get in some kind of cult, baby, like some crazy freaking energy, add value to it, and make as much damn money as you can. Last note, get away from the people that think more is a bad thing. Those people all have one thing in common. They won't have enough. And find out about it when it's way too late. My name's Grant Cardone. You've been in the Cardone Zone. Thanks for tuning in today. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, add your comments. I actually will answer those there. I can give you links to some of the articles as well there that I used as a reference to this show. Folks, look, be great because nothing else pays, at least not much.
For over 30 years, international interior designer Stephen G is a world-renowned master of contemporary and traditional high-end design.
To me, lifestyle and comfort is what a great design project is all about.
Interiors by Stephen G has galleries in Florida and New York. With staff fluent in 7 different languages, Interiors by Stephen G offers a full-service experience from construction to completion. Visit Interiors by Stephen G at Facebook or his website, interiorsbystephenG.com. That's interiorsbystephenG.com to get started on bringing your design fantasies to a level beyond your dreams. Visit interiorsbystephenG.com today.